So I have tonight's Yankee lineup. They're back home playing the Baltimore Orioles for the next 3 games. And I want to get that lineup to you. But first, there's a bunch of names that are starting to get talked about more often as early trade deadline candidates. I want to go over the list with you so you know who's being talked about right now. And I hope that you're subscribed to this channel because we're going to talk a lot more about this as the list gets updated. The names get updated. We're going to be doing live streams about this. We're having guests on the channel doing videos about it too. So, and coming soon too. Things are going to pick up a lot. Trade deadline's August 1st, and a lot of teams are going to make moves. Particularly one team might become full-out sellers. That'd be the White Sox, but we'll see. But here are the names that right now are being talked about a lot. Now, Dylan Cease, the ace from the Chicago White Sox. Okay, with my sunglasses up here. He's a Cy Young candidate, obviously. And again, he's 27 years old. He's got 2 more years of arbitration, so he's a huge trade chip for the White Sox. And you got Tim Anderson also, who's got a $14 million. He's 29. He's got a $14 million club option for next year, and so he's about a year and a half rental. Okay, Tim Anderson's an elite shortstop as well, so, and a clutch hitter, obviously. And you got Aroldis Chapman, surprisingly, who left the Yankees and became Aroldis Chapman again. So, and again, he's I think he signed a 1-year deal. He's 35 years old. He's averaging 14 and a half strikeouts per 9 innings, which is crazy. And he averaged 10.7 last year, so he could be a huge piece at the trade deadline. A lot of sun here. And you got Jack Flaherty, right-handed pitcher from the St. Louis Cardinals. Again, they look like they may become sellers too. He's got a relatively high ERA right now, 5.24 in his first 10 games. But again, he's got $5.5 million this year, and he's relatively on the cheap. So he'll be a free agent at the end of the season. So he could be a piece for a team that feels like they're one guy away. So to help him maybe a change of scenery will help his pitching again. So then you got Lucas Giolito, another guy I mentioned recently, be a good trade chip I think for the Yankees as well. A right-handed pitcher from the White Sox. He's a free agent at the end of the season too, and I think he's 28 years old. He's young, but he's been a good solid pitcher too. And one of the aims just step below Dylan Cease. So if the White Sox go on a full tear, then they could essentially remake their whole entire farm with the trades that they could make. Okay, and then you got the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. I think he's in the last year of his 4-year, $73 million deal. He's going to be free agent at the end of the season as well. Bring some catching value to a team that might need it. The Cardinals already stopped Wilson Contreras from being their starting catcher, so he might be a fit in a trade for the St. Louis Cardinals if they happen to reverse their fortunes. But then you have Randall Grichuk as an outfielder from Colorado Rockies. Okay, I'll pull the shades again. This sunglasses all over the place. He's got got a year left, right? Yeah, earning $9.3 million this year in his final year, so he's gonna be free agent at the end of the year. So now he has started late this season because of hernia surgery, but he's right down the groove, and he's a guy that's if he's healthy, he's very productive. So I would not be surprised if he gets moved, and especially would probably coming off surgery, he'll probably be moved on the cheap. So he'll be a long line of players. And then Will Myers, who's been a productive infielder / outfield like utility guys with the Cincinnati Reds. Okay, now he's about 30 right now, but he can play multiple positions at any point in time. His versatility is key, and he's also a clutch hitter. So he could be a valuable piece too at the trade deadline, the right-handed side. And he's been productive wherever he goes, especially with new teams when he gets traded. And you got Jock. Obviously, we talked about Jock, a left-handed outfielder from the Giants. He's known for his clutch hitting, known for his potential for big hits. And again, he can be a team can if they acquired him at the trade deadline. He can't be extended an additional qualifying offer. So that could play into their trade calculus there. But again, this guy is likely going to leave as a free agent. He'll probably get a multiple-year deal if he keeps playing the way he's playing. So I could see him on the move. Then you got Jurickson Profar, the Rockies, who a lot of Yankee fans want. He's an infielder / outfielder. He's on a 1-year deal, under $8 million. So you might get a prospect or two, probably a pretty good return for him as well. So these are the names right now that are being talked about a lot. I could see the Yankees as fits for a couple of White Sox players, but we'll get into that as well. My next video is going to go over all the White Sox if they go on a full teardown. So, and I think you'll find interesting. That's coming out tomorrow. So now let's get to tonight's lineup. We got Anthony Volpe. Okay, actually not Anthony Volpe. Gleyber Torres leading off playing second base. Aaron Judge back in the game, right field. Anthony Rizzo, first base, batting third. DJ LeMahieu batting fourth at cleanup. That 1 through 4 seems to be pretty constant for the Yankees. Harrison Bader batting fifth in center field. Willie Calhoun batting sixth at DH. Anthony Volpe, there he is, batting seventh at shortstop. Kyle Higashioka is batting eighth at the dish. And batting ninth is Oswaldo Cabrera in left field. And on the mound, our ace, G-Man, the Cole train, Garrett Cole, against the Baltimore Orioles. Love to see him be on fire tonight. This is going to be a tough test for the Yankees. The Baltimore Orioles are not a pushover. And again, they're a very formidable team and a very formidable division that's proven it to be. But again, recently, the Rays have had hiccups. The Blue Jays have had hiccups. The Yankees have been able to capitalize. Now, can they do the same thing to the Orioles? That still remains to be seen. Okay, they played them earlier in the season. I think they won 2 out of 3, if I remember correctly. But we'll see how they do today. Now they're back home in the Bronx. So, and I'm hoping that Garrett Cole gets him off to a good start today. And especially recently, he's had a couple of games where he's been a little bit sluggish, but he's still been productive. So we want to see him crisp and dominant and all that stuff. And again, the weather's a little bit warm, so we'll see if that plays into it at all. But that's the lineup that we have right now against the Baltimore Orioles tonight. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you think of the list of trade targets. And that's not necessarily my list. It's just a list that I found from Baseball Network. So, and I'm hearing these names talked about in other areas as well. So that's why I find it credible. And a lot of these guys have been talked about across the board. So, and again, we'll do MLB trade deadline predictions. We'll do a whole bunch of stuff. We got a whole bunch of things coming, particularly as we get closer to the deadline. That's August 1st. So have a good day, everybody. We'll be back later on. Hopefully celebrate the win with the post-game show. And I'll talk to y'all tonight.